Are you not entertained, Colorado?
It's going to be a problem after tonight, though. I promise you that.
Shedeur went out there and gave y'all exactly what he said he was going to give you. And Coach Prime talked about it in that video. He let you know he's going to be a problem after tonight. And last night, Shedeur confirmed for all of us that he may be a problem in the NFL going forward. Now, we're not going to play this game of it's just preseason because I'm going to explain to you why this preseason game was as important as you would think because of things that have happened in times past. So let's dive into that here on the Prime Time for College Football. Thank y'all for pulling up. Your boy Jay. Of course, we had to dive into what went down with Shedeur last night for the Cleveland Browns in our morning after as the Browns went out there and put in work, got the W, and Shedeur gave you everything that you hoped for that you would get out of a quarterback. Plus, the internet went abuzz because of Shedeur's success. We're going to talk about some of those statements and those likes that we saw flying around the Twitter sphere last night. So let's just jump right into it. Shedeur walked out there, gave you all some ridiculous numbers, especially for a first-time starter. We were a little concerned. Louis Riddick of ESPN was concerned about him going out there because it felt like the Browns were setting him up for failure. Not saying that they thought he would fail, but you telling him he's going to start. He doesn't run any first-team snaps. You get a little worried and wonder what exactly the plan is. But instead, Shedeur, which the Browns did him good, they actually had the twos out there on offense, the ones Shedeur did the most work with, and he put in work. 14 for 23, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, and both of them were darts. Something that you would expect from a player that's NFL caliber. And Shedeur out there, he balled, man. He made everybody comfortable with, all right, I can be on this train again because he gave you all the game that you were looking for. He was balling out. I mean, he looked good in practice. He looked good in game. But in this one, when I went back and rewatched it, man, as y'all know, when I do my morning afters, I like to rewatch what went down. Man, the focus, some of the things that people were concerned about with Shedeur, holding the ball too long and everything, they were actually kind of positives for him in this one. He didn't hold it too long in a couple of plays. He got tackled back, he got sacked, he got moved, but he did a good job of still moving around the pocket. The scramble that he did, chef's kiss. Gave you everything you was looking for out there on the field. And Prime told us, he mentioned it in an interview earlier. You know what? I'm going to play that interview for y'all real quick. Y'all listen to what Prime had to say before the game, and then we're going to dive into some more of this stuff.
Given what Shedeur went through and what you went through, watching tonight, does it make it almost more meaningful than just a football game?
I'm not going to say meaningful. We've already spoken like 3 times a day. We just got off the phone joking and clowning like crazy. It's going to be strange for both of us. I was in the hospital the last time. I missed, I think, 3 games, but this time I'm well. But, me going out there taking that walk and him taking that walk, and he know I'm not there. That's different. That's different for him. So, but he's so prepared right now. A lot of people are approaching it like a preseason game. He's approaching it like a game. And that's how he's always approached everything, to prepare and to approach it like this is it. He's thankful and appreciative of the opportunity. He don't get caught up in, all the rhetoric in the media. He's far beyond that. He was coached through that when he was a kid. So we've always gone through that, and he's always navigated his way. Some of the stuff is just ignorant. Some of it is really adolescent. But he's far surpasses that, and I can't wait to see him play. I can't wait to see Jimmy play. I can't wait to see Shiloh play on Saturday. I can't wait to see Will play, Travis, and Cam and BJ. Did I get them all? Xavier, yeah. I can't wait. I'm like a kid in the candy shop. It's like your babies out there that you cut the umbilical cord. Now they doing their thing. I just can't wait to see him get down tonight. But it's going to be a little weird. It's going to be a little strange. It really is. I got to admit that. But I'm praying for him, and God has set him up and placed him in the perfect position that he needs to be in. It's going to be a problem after tonight, though. I promise you that. Thank you. God.
And as you heard, Prime, exactly. And then you had all the celebrities jump out. Jamie Foxx dropped a video on it. I love this one from LeBron James, which is what made was huge. That young prince actually looked good out there. Shedeur Sanders keep going head down on the ground and head up high to the most high. And then, of course, he had to respond back as well. And I don't want to hear that it's only preseason because if he was out there not going in, y'all would have been on his ass about it. So give him credit and grace, lames. He's right. Because, and this is why I say this game is a big deal going forward for Shedeur, is there's another quarterback that went out there and was cooking in preseason. And a few people were like, well, it's just preseason, it'll be okay. But it ended up being a perfect initiation into his game going into the NFL. And that was Dak Prescott. Now, hold your horses. Don't try to clown Dak. Dak is one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL for a reason. He's also a starting quarterback, and he plays like one. He's a lot better than people give him credit for. It's just really hard playing quarterback in the NFL. But Dak put up those numbers. And because Dak was able to come out there, he was super accurate in preseason. You could see the him taking his time, the precision with his passes, all of that stuff was on full display. Because of that, us stressing out about him, or people stressing about how good he was in that was a perfect example of what a microcosm of what he's going to become in the NFL. He started to put some great stuff together. I mean, now granted, the coordinated stuff around him was questionable, but he went out there and he was balling. He was balling in a lot of games. His players around him were putting up some numbers. And Shedeur has an opportunity to do the exact same thing. Now, the biggest question for Shedeur is going to be, how does he keep recreating himself every year? Because there's one thing about the NFL is these dudes, the defensive coordinators, these players, these are the best of the best. So what they're going to do is they're going to force Shedeur out of his comfort zone and make him do things that he's not used to. But we know Shedeur is known for working hard. So if he can recreate himself similar to a la Tom Brady, go watch Brady back in the day. Go watch Patrick Mahomes today, Lamar Jackson. You could see a lot of the Lamar has all the athleticism, but he also recreates the way he does his habits and passes and moves and everything. You see that in those quarterbacks. Josh Allen does it. I mean, he completely recreated himself 2 years into the league and became an even better quarterback. Heck, MVP. That stuff. You got to recreate yourself on a regular basis in order to trick these defenses into thinking one habit you have is going to come and you give them something else. Because that's what playing quarterback is. That's what the NFL is. That's what human beings are. We are creatures of habit, and we do the same thing consistently on a regular basis, and we like that. That's our comfort zone. That's why we stay in certain situations. We like staying in certain homes. We don't want to move. You want to do certain things. You have your habits, and that's where you zero in back to where you're comfortable. And since all humans do it, quarterbacks especially have to adjust that part of their game. And Shedeur is going to be doing that week over week. And so now the Browns know they got their quarterback. They got one. They got him. Keep Flacco. Keep the vet. It's always good to have a veteran back there. You got to keep him. Keep Flacco. Right? You probably keep Dylan Gabriel to go along with it. Maybe keep Huntley. You probably need to cut Kenny Pickett, even though we've seen his movies. We understand where he's at. But Shedeur is writing a whole new story for himself. Just the way that he played in this game, it was unreal. Josina Anderson had to chime in. A lot of people wouldn't really fond of her, but hey, she was telling Giants fans, look away. Look away, because of the way this man's playing. He was balling out. Let me know what y'all think. Hop in the comments. How did y'all feel about the first performance by Shedeur? How did y'all feel about this 14 for 23, 138, 2 touchdowns? His first time playing. How did that make y'all feel? Because me, proud. Happy to see that he gave everybody what we were hoping for. The best part about the way it ended is, I love the Panthers posted this picture of not only Shedeur, but him and Jimmy Horn seeing each other. Because, of course, Shedeur was searching for him at the end of the game, had to find him, show mad love to fam. They were together before the game, like a couple days ago. And then you got to see them together at the game. It's beautiful seeing the Buffs come back together. But just understand that everything that Shedeur is doing out there, don't be surprised. he's balling the exact way we expected him to ball. So we'll be keeping y'all abreast, and we'll definitely cover everything that's going on with him there at the Browns, because, of course, it's a very interesting story. We'll dive into the Buffs' last 2 weeks of practice, talk about what things look like, who looks what. We'll start breaking down rosters this week. We'll have our breakdown of positions, who's there, who do you expect, stats, all of that. You know, we like to jump in the numbers here on the channel. So thank y'all for pulling up. Hit the like, subscribe, bell notification, and check out some of the other videos that we had or whatnot, right? We had some other videos that went up here. Check them out. As well as the playlist for the guys in the NFL. We'll chop it up with each and every one of y'all. Another day or two. We got about 2 weeks, y'all. Football season.